Hey, no, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. I want to thank the CHP for providing security. I want to thank the people from Fairgrounds. Thank the Fairgrounds and their staff for allowing us to use this facility here. We got it. We found the biggest building in the county here, so we're doing what we can, and you filled it, so you know what I mean? It was down a portion of Placer, all of Nevada except for Truckee, all the way up to the Oregon corner there, as well as the Nevada corner. Siskiyou, I'm from you.
And in your phone town hall the other day, it really concerned me that I heard things that really aren't true. I don't know, how many of you are all on the Affordable Care Act here? Right? So my cost went down $100 this year. So I'm saving $1,200 a month. $1,200 this year on my health care. It's good. I don't want to take it away. With the Republicans' Health Care Act, I will not be able to afford insurance from what I've read so far. I'm 57 years old. I would have to sell my house. So I want to know if you would commit to not supporting the bill that has been put up right now.
He's taking pictures of us.
Wanted a picture of that. Okay, ma'am, I appreciate your question, and obviously we're working through a very deliberative process.
No, you're not! Don't do that!
It's your time, folks. It's your time. This is the ACA, okay? Pretty thick. You're reading into her time, okay? Now, this is the document I've been looking over on our American Health Care Act, okay? So there's a lot. I don't want to have to do this, but if you want to get the question answered, if you want to hear the comment, if you want to hear the question, we've got to contain ourselves, okay? All right? My wife's a teacher. Don't make her lower the bill, okay? So, all right. Now, I have not taken a firm position on the bill, but I do know that the Affordable Care Act is in big trouble, okay?
Take a picture of this!
Insurers pulling out. We've seen several states dropping their standards. And so we're going to have less and less options, especially in rural California and rural America. We want, and what we're building into the package, again, it's still being debated. It's still, and this is the process. You're letting us know what you need in the process. And we're still taking amounts just yesterday in response to what we're seeing and hearing as the process is being fleshed out, is that we're hearing the concern that seniors' rates might be going up so much under the new plan. So what the speaker committed to us yesterday in our morning conference meeting was that they're seeing that flaw, that issue. I got you. I'm going to go a little longer because let's take this off, okay? The speaker committed to, like, look, we're seeing that as this formula plays out, it's probably going to have an effect on seniors a little more than we want to. So we're formulating an amendment on that to make it work where seniors will be made whole.
Please tell me, is there anyone here in this room who has a pre-existing condition? Is there anyone under the age 2 here that does not have a pre-existing condition? Mr. LaMalfa, this entire room will be put into a high-risk pool. How is this going to work for any of us to not have affordable insurance with so many of us having pre-existing conditions?
Thank you. Barbara, right? Yeah, you can see it. All right. there's several tiers of how that's going to work. If you already have an insurance plan, if you have continuous insurance, you're golden, okay? You're going to be in good shape. So the insurance is supposed to cover you when you are already enrolled. So, thanks. So when you already have ongoing coverage, you're in a good place. What we see going on, and part of the comment a minute ago, is that people be dropping out. These are people that are forced to buy a plan under the ACA that will drop out only because of the penalty. So what we need is more people volunteering, wanting to be in an insurance program that works for them, whether you're young and single or middle-aged with a family or on the over end of it. We want to have them have those options. So the more options you have, and this is the first step. The bill we're working on is the first of 3 steps, okay, under AHCA. It's a first step to take the fiscal portion of it under the rules of the Senate. That's what we can work on immediately. Then our Secretary Tom Price will be able to, there's 14. I'll take some extra. There's 1,400 secretaries shall in this document, okay? There is 5,000, this shows how it gets so unwieldy in government. There's 5,000 guidance letters that have been issued by Health and Human Services on how to make this thing go.
Of anthropogenic global warming as described by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And could you tell us a few of your most highly respected sources of climate science information?
The second part would be long-time meteorological data that is kept, that is not tampered with. And I'll agree with you that the climate does change, okay? It's cyclical in nature. And I think that the core that you're really coming to is how much of it is human caused, right? That's where you're really going, okay? So what percentage of what is happening on the globe is caused by human activity versus nature or other effects, subterranean or so that's what we would, that's how you would scientifically look at things, not with a bias over this. We in the United States are the innovators of the best possible technology to do things cleaner, better, and whether it's automobiles, engines, everything that's we're devising more cleaner technology all the time to do it better. So if we keep devising that, if we have the economy that's strong here and we produce things here rather than things that come from China, then that is the way that we're going to be able to have things be cleaner as far as tailpipe or CO2 or what have you. I personally don't believe CO2 is a pollutant anymore.
My name is Mindy O'Byrne, and I've been a resident of Nevada County for almost 40 years now. I have to tell you, I'm on Cover California, and it has saved me $10,000 a year in premiums. Now, before anybody gets too excited, I wanted to let you know that I was not for the Affordable Care Act because it still kept the insurance companies as the payer for our healthcare system. If there's a problem with the insurance rates still going up, it's because the health insurance companies are still in control. Now, if you're impressed with the size of legislation as being effective, I have an even better piece of legislation for you. It would be take the system we already have, Medicare, and slowly, incrementally lower the eligibility age for Medicare until everyone was on it. The problem with health insurance companies is the payer. Is they're a corporation. They have to make an investment they have to make a profit for their investors. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on lobbying Washington, and they spend. So I want to know how you can support the Republican Care Act when it still keeps the health insurance companies in charge, and the idea of your new act was to lower costs and cover everyone. We all know the only way to do that is with single payer.
Well, I would disagree with you completely on single payer.
You're supposed to represent us!
If you're in charge with choices, you choose what you want. You have competition. You can purchase the size, the type, across state lines, a policy. You're going to have more choices because your choices are already being limited. When Aetna says, Humana's pulled out several states, when Aetna's saying, look, this thing is not for long, okay? And so if you want to have the power in your hands, that means more competition, more opportunities. Especially the third phase of the Healthcare Act that we're working on to relieve the mandates and put the power back in your hands. I don't want it in the government's hands. Look at Social Security system, all right? That's something that you gave into, right? Everybody who doesn't work for a certain type of government job is paying into Social Security, all right? And the government, in the past, before I got there, okay, has borrowed from the Social Security system. Over $2 trillion has been borrowed out of there. A big suitcase full of IOUs. All right? How's that good? How do you trust Washington to manage that for you? I don't want to do it. We're going to throw it back to the state level, and the trust is in your hands. And so we're talking about health care. If you want to take the VA system, okay, Veterans Administration, if you want to take that as a microcosm of government-run health care. Okay? 7 or 8% of the population. Some veterans says, hey, we're being treated well. The folks that go to Reno, that work at that office up there, the local clinics, a lot of them are doing okay. But we've heard the horrible stories about how some of them, they have fake lists, they have to wait months and months. We try to use the veterans' choice, the opportunity for them to be able to go to local doctors, local clinics, have that choice locally. Everybody likes choice, right? So, we don't want to use the VA system or the Social Security system as managed by the federal government as a model to do that for everybody's healthcare system. So that's where I'm at. Okay?
Pennsylvania, to see the mountaintops have been blown off, and what happens is, I've been there, I've been to those coal mining communities, and before the Clean Water Act stepped in, the people in those communities were dying of cancer. I've had 8 people in my family on both sides die of cancer of all types. The recent legislation has reversed that. And now the waterways that are providing drinking water for those people in the communities with the coal mines are going to die. How did you vote on that bill?
That rule was put into place without a vote of Congress. It was a last-minute one done by the LaMalfa administration. And so we believe there should be a hearing process on that because just as many people that are minors in those states, those communities, feel like that they're being run out of business. So our goal here is that when we have a properly vetted, properly committee processed legislation, not just a stroke of a pen, especially some of these midnight rules that are being done at the administration, that is not properly vetted. So what we're talking about on the screen rule, there's already protections to make sure this doesn't happen. So the screen rule, taken to a point that was untenable, was one that would not allow the activity to still happen of the important coal mining. 40% of the country relies on electricity from mining coal. So it was a midnight rule that was not properly run through a congressional hearing process, so we all can have input on that, as well as the miners in those states who see their jobs and their livelihood and their families survive.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Republican Party was strong on getting environmental